Yeah, so according to like information, if you actually were being able to sort of, actually have the privilege of actually sort of being able to being lit to actually sort of approach to approach the Messiah in one way and to bow down to him and bring him homage and then worship his father. I think is it that would be a permissible reason. Do you think? And is it one odd big to do, odd big to do, odd big to do? Yeah. So if we were allowed, if he would allow himself to actually present a composition to him, and if we were actually like if it was permissible of him to speak in the Koine Greek, to direct his name like in the I think in the definitions example, it would not be Jesus, because that's actually it's a close sounding, I suppose. Like it's a like have you seen sort of like the way they in the concordance where it's spelled out to be Iesous, but pronounce it Iezoos, but actually the I and the E like sounding together with the Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. So is it the closest sounding into English was the Jesus, and why the Jesus? S-U-S. Why not J-E-S-O-O-S? Jesus. Because isn't it is why have they sort of like elaborated, like selected the understanding of the word Jesus and had a sounding letter of our English pronunciation being a J, but actually modified the ending to be S-U-S instead of S-O-U-S. Well, actually, I'll pronounce S-O-O-S. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. But it's Jesus, Jesus. And if it's alright to go back to, I didn't want to basically sort of like forget about what I was actually like letting us know about in the Koine Greek. Apparently, it's like if we're allowed to speak to the Messiah, and isn't it, and isn't he let the little ones go first. Well, I wonder if it was the ones that were sort of like in the back, because isn't it, or is it like I used to do in the back prayer time, run to the front for prayer, and every prayer, prayer request, like there was a quote was like that, but yeah, so apparently according to the linguist. The actual Ayuzun is the pronouncement when speaking to them, but actually referring to about them and not directing conversation to them is actually pronounced Yezus. So we have Yezun and Yezus. Yezun. And if it's alright, if you could let me know about sort of like any Can I request, would you allow yourselves permission to help me with some more information? Because I basically, have been existing without television, without even a phone, and only allowed access on, which I'm grateful for, on sort of like on like the library, with guest poems. And so can I think of a time, and please, would you, if there's no more information, this is not, I really want to learn how to speak the kangaroo, and have time to memorize all those different announcements, and also Hebrew. But did I think it was the Aramaic actually that they converted the Hebrew into the Hebrew, basically, and so could you let me know about that information? Because I think, is it good? Yeah, or is it not needed to? Because I have to just I've got 10 minutes. I've been on here for 2 minutes. I've got 10 minutes, and then I have to exit the building. Because apparently closing, closing, but actually only those who have got a room here, and at $109 a night, it's right. And when I asked, should like about it, the management said he didn't know anything about, but knew of, but not know information that I needed to know. And isn't that the problem? That was down. Well, it's like that I experienced when I asked. I think there was a Commonwealth email group, basically if they could help me, which the answer was, it's just trial and error. Go before the judge. If the judge basically said, if you make a mistake and throws you into jail, well then let others know, and they'll learn from it. But for me, at my experience, from not doing correctly, basically, I think a long time ago, 15 years ago or something, sure, and actually not wanting to have legal representation as well, because it was actually I think it was the Aboriginal, it was a lawyer, and I said, and I let him know I'd like to basically manage the information to self-represent, whatever. I think I called it that name, and she said no, and she said, I'll take care of it for you, and stuff like that. I said, no, please, no, well, I don't know what exact words, but it was I insisted not to be in receivership of help. When we went into the court, I didn't even basically get to basically talk much. She actually went against me. She said she recommended the judge locks me up. And which isn't it? That's what he did, but not in jail. Actually, was it? Yeah, I think that was the same matter. But was it over like something like a speeding fine or basically misdemeanor? So like um, yeah. Anyway, so and that's what got me in there, I think, and can apologise because I know when I basically sort of like met the magistrates at sort of like I think it was a Port Adelaide one time, and I mean, I was so thankful actually. It's like but can I, in it, the reason why I wanted to basically so like learn about the non-legal jurisdiction was because I didn't want to get thrown up for basically thrown up. I didn't want to get basically sort of like locked up and all the gear confiscated, sort of like stuff confiscated, and so I wanted to basically sort of like go with the way it was allowed and reserve all our God-given rights. And I not know about me IDing as a soul even, but and sort of like being that leasehold and it's not, and isn't, I think my issue a lot now is like well, I'm not sure it'd be sort of like I don't know. Is it when I go to sleep basically, so I get coughed up? Yeah, the week until I go to sleep and I get coughed up on or something, so like and but I think I've got a place where I think any technology won't reach or have only nearby ability or make it extremely difficult actually to basically sort of like walk on all the jagged rocks and stuff and without waking me up. So I'm gonna have to get to like a basic way when I get set up. But anyway, you should like a good job. Yeah, keep a good day.